Fam, it's fall. I'm in a mood. Let's get glam.
I like my coffee black, white too. Don't turn this into no controversy, it's my boo. I can make $250,000 off a haiku, and I can make another quarter off at times too.
Gonna be jumping into this Beauty Bay Rich palette. This was a late night impulse buy, and let me tell you, this screams fall, okay? Fall. I'm gonna go ahead right into it. First, I'm actually gonna use this Sephora liquid shadow as my base first. So I'm just gonna pop this on my eye like so. It's just brown. It's got a little bit of a shimmer vibe to it, which I am into right now. Not too much though. Shimmer, not glitter, you know? So I'm just gonna start by pressing this and blending it all over the eye like so. And I have honestly just been wearing that shadow on its own like so and going on about my business because it's just so pretty. So pretty. All right, now I want to go in with, let me see, this shade here first called Fawn. And this is just to warm up the crease, because I don't know if you caught the vibe, those warm tones that everyone claims they get sick of. That's the vibe for this palette, and I personally never get sick of those tones, probably because those are my favorite types of tones to wear for me personally, but you know, everybody different, and that's okay. Alright, now I'm just gonna go a little bit deeper. Let's go with Mahogany. I'm literally just going deeper and deeper to just build up the crease. Oh, Liqueur. Alright, we're gonna go in with the shade Liqueur. A little liquor. I'm gonna focus this more so. This is gonna be deep enough. Alright, actually let's go in for the gusto. Check this dark brown here called Fossil. Yeah, that's what I want. And this is just being focused on the outer. Now I want to clean up because I took it a little too high here. I'm just going to take some concealer. Just clean up here. And this isn't to like carve the brows or anything, because I just don't like that look personally. For me, it's not my preference, but it's just mainly to clean up any eyeshadow that might have gotten a little bit out of hand. Because when I blend up. And this is also, you know, a little way, like if you feel like, oh no, I blended my eyeshadow too high up, literally just take some concealer to clean it up. And that's also why I don't do brows first, is because I can be a little messy when doing shadow. And so if the brows are done, then, you know, obviously it's going to interfere with that. So I like to do all my shadow work first and then go in and clean up wherever, especially if I'm doing like something that's like a full glam situation. I'm also going to go ahead and do the same thing here on the side. Just taking some concealer. And I'll just use my finger to press it in. And it only takes a little bit. You don't need to use a lot of concealer. That's something that has just been going on forever, just in regards to beauty. Just like people using way more product than needed. And that's also how things get cakey, just too much product. There we go. Alright, now let's take this shade here. And I'm just gonna blend that right on in. Did anyone have the pleasure of going to the Beyonce concert I did not. Now, hold on. Before we even get into that, I am not a beehive by any means. I don't dislike Beyonce, but I'm not just like, oh my God, Beyonce's my queen. However, if I ever got the opportunity to see her in concert, oh yes, ma'am. However, that was not in my agenda this year. But if you went, how was it? I mean, I kind of basically already know how it was because, I mean, it's just been all over the interwebs, which duh, it's Beyonce. You know the thing that really makes me upset about people? Just like the way that they have attacked her daughter just basically throughout this child's whole life. I'm like, you pompous assholes. This is a baby. This is a child. This is someone's daughter. Like, why are we so judgmental? Like, I was reading a comment and then someone was like, oh yeah, well, you know, it's because of her, it's not because of her bloodline that she could dance, it's because of who her parents are, and so she's financially set. And I'm like, first of all, man, you came to this woman's page who was just posting a great video of this baby girl dancing, and so the fact that this grown ass man decides to chime in on a child, it basically sounds like you mad because you got an adult and you got to pay bills. What does this have to do with this baby? And that is why, like, I am someone, I know when the time comes, Marilla, when I do have a child, I am not going to be the person to put my child on the internet. That's just me personally. Like, and other people choose to do it, that's fine. That's like no big deal. But just for me and my own personal comfort, like, okay, if my kid's in the background, my kid is in the background, but I just don't see me making content around my child because I just have the mindset of some things need to stay private, and that is something for me personally that I would want to remain private. However, it's just like, people, you should be able to post a video or a picture or whatever you want of your child because that's your baby, you know, and you're proud, without people just being jerks about it. I don't understand it. It's like, anyone that feels the need to comment on a child and be negative around a child, especially when the child is not doing anything but minding their business, I don't know, that's just weird energy to me. And I also know me. I love the Lord. I cuss a little bit, but I'm gonna put somebody in chokehold if you say something crazy about my child. I just know who I am, so, you know. All right, y'all. Rocket has officially entered the building. That's why my door is open, and I'm not getting up to close it because I'm gonna have to get up to open it again when he's ready to leave. Anywho, these dogs, I swear. Going in with Bonfire. I'm just gonna put this right next to that shade we put down. Pretty. Oh, so pretty. Now I'm going to go in with some liner. All right, going in with some black liner. I haven't used black liner in a minute, but we want some intensity. Where's my sharpener? Is it just me, or is mascara always better when it is on the verge of drying out? Like, I don't know what it is, and it doesn't matter like which mascara either. It's just, I've noticed over years, right when that mascara is about to start drying out, that's when I feel it performs the best and my lashes look the best. Like, what? Maybe it's just me. Am I crazy? If I'm crazy, I mean, that could be a possibility as well, you know? Alright, going in with my Keep It Simple lash. I plan to have these bad boys back in stock soon. It's just taking a little bit longer than usual, but that's okay because we're patient. Out of all of my lashes, the Keep It Simple lash is my favorite. When I was, you know, going through the process of adding lashes to my business, it probably seemed very random, which at that time in my life, that's when I had gotten my lash certification, and I was learning so much just about eyelashes and eyelash extensions. And I realized the main reason why I didn't like a lot of the lashes on the market was because I didn't like the type of curl. You know, there's a very specific look that I like. Lashes do complete the look. It does bring it together. However, it doesn't have to be this big old elephant ear lash. You feel like you've got like a shade over your eye. So for me, it was just a matter of finding something that I actually liked, would want to wear myself, that's comfortable, and then also present it to y'all, because I feel like we're like minds here, right? Like we all love glam, we all love makeup, and lashes for me were always just the thing where I never liked the majority of the styles because I just always felt like they were too much. It's like I want a little something but not too much, and that's what the Keep It Simple lash is. Like I even wear the Keep It Simple lash when I'm competing on stage because I have this one, then I have Show Day, which is just like a little bit more than this. It's a good entry-level lash, like if someone who's not used to wearing lashes, or for a situation where if I'm doing a bride and she just wants a little something, I can use that one. And then First Call Out is just a little bit more va va boom. But out of all of those, the Keep It Simple lash is my favorite. And then that's the thing, like with any of my stuff, like yes, the demographic that I work on is mainly athletes and competitors, but of course, that can be used on anyone. Like you don't have to be a competitor. For instance, like when MAC Cosmetics first came out, it was with the intention of makeup artists. It's called Makeup Artist Cosmetics, and then consumers got their hands on it, and so everyone has experienced using a MAC product, you know, before in their life. So therefore, just because something is maybe geared toward a specific genre doesn't mean that it still can't be used by consumers as well. Who this? When I tell y'all, I have had to exercise a lot of willpower just dealing with all of these doctors and pharmacies. Like my husband, he's got some challenges going on right now, but he's healed in Jesus' name. And one thing that I cannot stand are very vague answers. So call the pharmacist because he is yet again on another antibiotic, and it just says take it morning, noon, and evening, right? And so Murillo, he's working, said to check to see about the timing, and I said okay. So I called the guy and I was like, hey, I just want a little bit more information as far as like, is there a time frame? I understand that it says morning, noon, and morning, noon, and evening. However, that doesn't really tell me anything. I just want to know like how many hours in between should it be? And so the guy doesn't know. He doesn't put me on mute. I can hear him asking somebody else, which, okay, fine, give me the answer. He's like, oh yeah, just what it says, morning, noon, and night. And so I said, yeah, no shit, I can read. I understand that it says that, but is this time sensitive? Like how many hours in between should it be? And so he pauses, he goes, morning, noon, and evening. I just hung up the phone because I understand I'm a little bit stressed out. I understand I am not my normal self right now because my main focus is making sure that my husband is good. However, you got to do better than that. Anywho, this is my favorite foundation. We're gonna go in with the Dior Natural Nude. Why we messy? Why we messy? I love this foundation because it's beautiful on the skin. I believe it is a medium coverage. Y'all know I'm a medium coverage kind of gal. That's my vibe. It looks light skin. It's easy to blend out. It's just bomb. And my shade is 5N. I got 2 pumps, but I think I know I got too much. That was way too much. Whoops. And I don't know, like nobody has been talking about this foundation, which is weird to me because it's so good. I've had it since the summertime and I haven't really seen many reviews on it. Like honestly, Dior hasn't even been talking about it like that, because when I was the cosmetics manager up at Macy's, you know, like I always got to see like what was coming in. Dior is one of the brands that we had, and this particular foundation is sold exclusively to Ulta, but you know, I'd still be able to kind of see like, oh, like what's coming and whatnot. But even Dior Beauty, they haven't really talked about it that much, which is just very weird to me because it's an amazing foundation. Like this and the Dior Backstage, baby, that's all I need. What's the difference? This is more glam. This is 100% more glam. So now I just want to make sure I use all of this because ain't nobody trying to waste no product, okay? And the shade 5N is the absolute perfect match. Brows. Wipe my brush off. You guys know I don't pull foundation to the top of my forehead just simply because it is a different color. Very common for women of color to have 2 to 3 different shades on them. I'll wipe my brush off like I just did and then just kind of blend it out. I'm going to be putting some sort of bronzer or contour there anyway, so therefore it's going to be fine. It all always blends and comes together. Hollywood Flawless Contour. Nose contour hat. Used a flat eyeshadow brush to apply it because that is going to give you a smaller line versus if you're using a brush that's going to maybe apply too much product and then trying to blend that out could be a pain in the booty. Alright, then we're going to take that same brush, blend, 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 blend. And notice how I am not using an obnoxious amount of concealer. It's not necessary. Especially when you're using a concealer that is full coverage, definitely not necessary. And then that could also be the reason why, like if you're having a hard time blending your concealer out, it could be because you have too much. Because too much of a good thing is still what? Too much. All right. Then I'm going to set it with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. This is the shade Cinnamon Bun. Now, if you want something brighter, and like let's say if you're my shade, I would go with Canufa, but I don't want anything too bright. Cinnamon Bun is my shade, matches my skin tone. All right, then I'm gonna set the rest of my face using Cinnamon Bun. And the Easy Bake Powders, it can be used for all over setting or under your eyes, just depending on your preference of the color you would like to use for your skin tone. It's gonna set everything in place, and it's a powder, you know, so it's gonna make you matte, but it's not like stark, harsh matte. And then an oldie but a goodie, Natasha Denona Sculpting Powder. I had to check to see if this was even still a thing, and they have it on Beautylish because I know they don't sell it in Sephora anymore. They don't really sell many of Natasha's products in Sephora anymore. I noticed they have a bigger variety in Ulta, so I wonder if she's just gonna leave Sephora altogether. I don't know. Ooh. Haven't used this in forever. Forgot how pigmented it was. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And unfortunately, number 5 is the deeper shade, which is annoying because this is my all-time favorite, like, contour. I use this mainly in the fall and winter time because, like I said, I don't like looking too bronzy in the fall and winter. I prefer a little bit more of a cooler tone, if you will, but not so cool that I look obviously ashy. And that's the thing, like, okay, we understand there's rules, right? So rule of thumb, bronzer is for warmth, contour is for adding dimension and sculpting, right? However, all of that and the shades you choose, it's going to depend on your skin tone, right? And then also it's going to depend on how you like to see yourself, what works best for you. Like I stated, I changed my mind as far as like my foundation undertones because typically it'd always be like a warm golden, but now I like more so of a golden neutral if I can find it. Now if I have to choose between the two, and if the neutral is just looking too ashy, I'm gonna always go with the warmer side. However, just finding that perfect undertone of golden neutral is where it's at for me. And then with my contour, it's more, I don't even like calling contour bronzer anymore. It's just more, what's your sculpting preference? Like what are you trying to go for, right? Because like I always say, yes, there are rules. However, once you know those rules, you can break them. And then I preach all the time, you guys, keep in mind, whenever you're watching me or anybody for that matter, nothing is going to tell the truth like seeing it with your own eyes. So like, let's say if we're a shade twin, right? And you come to me for all your shade references, which is cool because I do the same for a couple of girls that I like to watch. But then maybe, let's say I get in store, this has happened to me where I know I typically fall on the warmer side, right? And I'm looking, and when I put it on, it just don't look right. It doesn't matter what your undertone is, it's gonna matter what your eyes see. So that's why sometimes those rules go out the window, because you have to keep in mind every brand is different, every formulation is different. Therefore, just because, yeah, maybe you might be a warmer undertone, but if that thing is pulling too red or orange, then you gotta make an adjustment. You got probably gonna have to go more so on the neutral route. So I said all that to say, know your undertone, study yourself, but also your eyes never gonna lie. Then for the blush, we got an oldie but a goodie, MAC Raisin. Then I always do this if I'm using a liquid blush. Didn't use liquid blush today, but I'm gonna take my same foundation brush. Like, let's say if your blush just got crazy and you can see the lines, take your foundation brush and just pat over that line, and it's gonna blend in right away. Don't worry about, oh my god, the liquid over powder. I've wiped it off. So it's not full on with foundation. It just has a little bit of residue on, but it's just enough to help get those lines blended out, all right? And I am gonna go in with some of my Rare Beauty. I didn't think I wanted to, but I do. Where you at? Oh no, oh, right in front of my face. A little bit on the back of my hand, like so. Yeah, that's pretty. I just basically use liquid luminizer. I love it when I don't have any foundation on. I just put it on my bare skin. Clutch, love it. But I like to use it as more so of a blush topper. Perfection. All right, now I'm just gonna fill in my brows and put some bottom mascara on real quick. And then for lips, this is my current favorite lip, okay? We're gonna see it a lot, and that's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna go in with some NYX Glide On pencil first, or Slide On. And I'm gonna go in with Macchiato. I'm still gonna always and forever be a gloss girl, okay? That's just what it is. Is that doing what I want it to do? I don't know. Let's just keep going. Fun fact, whenever I do my makeup or anyone's makeup, I never have a plan. Whenever I plan it out, I don't like it. But when I just let the spirit move me, it always comes out better that way. Always. All right, fam. This is the finished look. What do you think? I absolutely love it. I feel like I'm ready for fall. I feel like we look glam. I feel like this look is a vibe. Down below in the comments, let me know if you missed tutorials, because I'm just in a makeup tutorial mood, all right? So let me know also if you've tried any other products, specifically this Dior Nude Foundation. I'm still gonna give it its own video, okay? Y'all just be patient with your girl. We're taking it one day at a time over here, all right? So thank you so much for watching. Y'all know the deal. Keep it simple and cast one more net.
This is too smooth. I honestly didn't even really want to say anything on this.